Welcome to VS Code for Everyone, Episode 10, Power User Tips. 10 episodes of fundamentals, capped off with the moves that separate someone who knows VS Code from someone who's fast in it. Episode 3 taught you multi-cursor editing by hand. Click, click, click. There's a faster door into the exact same idea. Quick open, main.py. Click anywhere inside the word result, on the line where it's first created. Ctrl+Shift+L, every single occurrence of result, selected at once 5 of them, across 5 different lines. Not just the ones on screen, every match in this file instantly. Now just type and watch all 5 change together. 1 rename, 0 find and replace dialog, 0 risk of catching a variable in a comment you didn't mean to touch. That's the whole pitch. Select by meaning, then edit once. We're just visiting, undo it, Ctrl+Z. Back to normal, 1 keystroke, because VS Code treats that 5-way edit as a single undoable action. 1 more selection trick for a completely different shape. A straight column, cutting clean through several lines regardless of what text is on them. Click at the very start of the mean line. Hold Shift and Alt and tap the down arrow a few times. A vertical line of cursors, 1 per row, completely ignoring how long each line is. Perfect for lining up a column of numbers or trimming the same number of characters off the start of several lines. The one job regular multi-cursor selection can't do cleanly. Escape clears it. We don't need to keep this one. Every command in VS Code can have its OWN keyboard shortcut, including ones that ship with none at all. Open the keyboard shortcuts editor. Every command, its current key if it has one, and where that binding came from. Search toggle minimap. One result and look at its keybinding column, a dash. Nothing's bound to it by default. Click that row to select it. Press Enter to assign a new key. Press desired key combination, then press Enter. VS Code is listening for the exact chord you want. Ctrl+Alt+M. Enter to confirm. Ctrl+Alt+M, source. User your own shortcut, sitting right alongside every built-in one. Close this tab and prove it works. Ctrl+W. Ctrl+Alt+M. Look at the top right corner of the editor, next to the scroll bar. That's the minimap, a zoomed-out preview of the whole file. It's barely a sliver on a 19-line file like this one, but open something 500 lines long, and it becomes the fastest way to jump around without scrolling. Either way, it just appeared from a shortcut that didn't exist 5 seconds ago. Episode 6 showed you user settings versus workspace settings. Let's actually create one of the second kind. Search cursor blinking. Editor, cursor blinking, currently set to blink, and no also modified in workspace note, which means this one's never been touched at the project level. Perfect for a clean demo. Click the workspace tab. Same setting, but now we're editing the project's own copy. Anyone who opens this exact folder inherits whatever we set here, and it never leaks into your other projects. Click the value box to open it. Choose Solid. A blue bar down the left edge, Modified, and this box now reads Solid. That's written straight into .vscodesettings.json under this project only. Close settings and get back to the code. Ctrl+W. Last one. When you need to think about nothing but the code, Ctrl+K, then Z. Sidebar, status bar, activity bar, all gone. Just your code, centered full screen. Zen Mode, the same shortcut brings all of it back. Ctrl+K, Z again. Exactly where you left off. Zen Mode is a toggle, not a commitment. Flip it on for one gnarly function, then flip it right back off. 10 episodes of VS Code, and this one was the toolbox on top. Ctrl+Shift+L selects every occurrence of the word under your cursor for a one-shot edit. Shift+Alt and the arrow keys carve out a column selection that ignores line length entirely. The keyboard shortcuts editor lets you bind any command, even an unbound one like toggle minimap, to whatever key combination fits your hands. Workspace settings, edited straight from that same workspace tab, override your personal defaults for one project only. And Ctrl+K then Z clears every distraction off the screen, the instant you need to actually think. Your practice mission: rename one variable everywhere with Ctrl+Shift+L, bind a shortcut to a command you use constantly, and spend 5 minutes in Zen mode on your next real problem. Pause and do it now. Quick check, question 1. You select all occurrences of a variable and start typing. How many separate edits just happened? 1. VS Code treats it as a single action, undoable with one Ctrl+Z. Question 2. You set a workspace setting different from your user default. Which one wins inside that project? The workspace setting always wins, and it only affects that one project. That's the full series, from opening your first file to debugging, Git, and now the shortcuts that make it all faster. Go build something.